working on setup stuff on this new RSV for us. Not a lot of past information on it, so we're kind of struggling a little bit, but getting there. Every time we go out, we go a little faster and make improvements.
They're starting from scratch on the setup on the bike, so there's a lot of progress made each time they go out and practice.
Seems to be plagued by the Moto Gremlins, but we know that they can't last forever.
No, I'm hoping tomorrow's going to be a better day for him. He should have gotten all the bad luck out of the way today.
We had a small electrical issue in Ben's primary bike in the beginning of that session, and the way the new class structure is, you can't just jump on another bike. You have to go get permission, and we had to change certain things over because we don't have doubles of some of the components we have on each bike. So we lost most of that session transferring shock and tires and suspension settings over to our backup bike. So we only need a handful of laps in, and we were testing some really drastically different suspension changes for that session, and so we didn't really get a lot of feedback on it.
It's another rolling start here. That seems to be what we've got for the rest of our lives. Here in this turn, you're on the outside. Is that advantageous, disadvantageous?
To be honest, I'd probably rather be on the inside. I think that it kind of bottlenecks up a little bit. It might be okay, but then you've got the fake plastic curbing to contend with if you do get pushed wide. So I'd rather be able to see the line on the inside. So, but whatever, we'll see how it plays out. You can never sort of predict the start of a race, so we'll just see.
Once that you settle down into your rhythm there, your gap to that group up front seemed to be about the same, so you were running about the same times if you could have gotten away with them.
Yeah, lap times are very close to the front group. I knew that I'd be within a few tenths of them, but it is still a few tenths. We need that few tenths to get with them. But I need, also it's quite difficult racing with 600s. I need my own bit of clear track and to try and do my own thing, because obviously I'm riding a lot heavier bike than they are. And there's a few places where I need to take advantage of stuff that my bike does well, but it's more difficult when the 600s are buzzing around me. So I need to, it's better if I can have clear track. But hopefully tomorrow, if I can get away with the first, say, 6 or 7 riders, I think I can stay there. I don't see any reason why not. You get a bit between your teeth, get that extra few tenths, and see how it pans out. Might not be able to stay there for the full race, but I think we could have a go for a good few laps. Every change we've made so far this weekend has been in the right direction, because it is pretty much the first time. I don't count Daytona as a proper circuit. This one's a poor excuse for a proper circuit, but at the same time, I feel like it's our first proper weekend of adjusting to what a normal circuit might be like, and we've moved the bike a fair bit compared to what it was on Friday morning. So every change that we make is getting closer and closer, and hopefully tomorrow we'll get that extra few tenths.
What were some of the changes?
Attention, Super Sport team.
Well, first off was front trail. We changed the trail at the front, and also suspension settings. We went a little bit softer than Daytona, and the rear we've stiffened it up because we ran it quite slack at Daytona just to get feel and trying to feel what the bike was doing. So we stiffened it up a fair bit at the rear, changed the trail on the front, and it's all worked.
Recap day one for us.
50-50. Absolutely. Made a lot of progress with the chassis. We're still in the learning phase for sure. Chaz went out and ran really good. Ended up finishing 8th. Tire wore out towards the end of the race, and Paris got by him. He was in 7th for most of the race. Good news was he was 7/10 off the fastest lap of the race. He turned to 28.5, and I believe Cardenas turned to 27.8, I think, if I remember correctly. But, really, really encouraging this early in the game for this motorcycle. We're learning every time we go out on it. So that was my happy part. My sad part is we broke a bike with Ben. Ben's bike broke. So, but again, part of the learning process. We'll fix it tonight. Stay up late, and hopefully, God willing, with the weather, we'll get a chance to go at it again tomorrow, and they can finish 1-2.
Listen to the rhythms of our slanted voices. Listen.
How was the Dunlop wets? It looked like you were getting some pretty serious lean angle.
Yeah, they were good. I was surprised, really. I'm not a big rain guy. I haven't ridden in it a whole lot, but the track was grippy and the tires were great. So, it's more just me feeling it out a little bit, and just all the times in me, the bike felt perfect. The Aprilia worked really well in the wet. Really good grip. Really easy to put the power down, and it stuck. So I was impressed. It felt a lot like dry. Definitely. Those guys that got out at first there got a bit faster lap times just because it was a drying track, and got out there and hammered away on that, so they went a bit faster. But once it actually got really wet, that's when we turned our fastest lap. So I think we'd be fine in the wet, really. It's all the times in me, and once I get out there with a group of guys, it'd be pretty on.
Now, there is controversy of brewing here because we have wet conditions at a track, and so some people probably aren't going to ride, some people are, but
I think it'll be fine out here. I was real concerned beforehand. I never thought it would have been decent, but there was no real safety concerns out there, and the grip seemed good and just pretty much the same the whole way around. So that makes it easy for us, not having to guess at what the grip level is going to be at the different sections of the track. Having it consistent and just let us ride a certain pace the whole way around the track is a lot easier.
it's the grid fan walk. You're staring at the sky, anxiously perspiring. What are your thoughts?
As Rocky said, it looks like that scene in Ghostbusters where Zool opened up the sky over there. My thoughts are I hope it's dry, and I really hope that it doesn't get declared a dry race and then rain, because then it'll be bad. But, they rode in the rain this morning, and both of them said there's an astounding amount of grip out there. And I think this morning was the first time anybody's ever rode in the rain at this racetrack. But they both were comfortable. I think we got a good rain set up, and yesterday we were only 7/10 off the fastest lap, so we got a good dry setup. We made a couple little changes, so we just cross our fingers and hope for a dry race. I think dry race is definitely a safer race, so that's the number one concern.
You were saying about strategy regarding tires. If they declare it a dry race and then it rains versus if
they declare it a dry race and it rains, then they'll red flag it and allow us to come in, stop, put on reins, make adjustments, that sort of thing. If they declare it a wet race, even though it's dry, and it starts to rain, then we're on our own.
So you have to come in on your own time to make the tire change.
Or stay out and wing it.
A la MotoGP.
A la MotoGP. I wish we did the cool thing with the backup bikes, though, Because that's just the coolest thing ever. So, I don't know.
I'll put it in the suggestion box.
Yeah, I know. I got to find that suggestion box. I got a few suggestions. One of my suggestions earlier to Al was that next year they do a sweepstakes with this fan walk where one lucky fan gets to bring wrenches.
So tell us, what have we got to look forward to from Aprilia? Now, we understand that your four-cylinder 1,000cc bike will be here sometime.
Yes, we're expecting the RSV4 later this year, and we'll actually be at Miller Motorsports Park when the World Superbike guys get here in May of this year.
Will the factory team here begin running those bikes this year, or will they wait till 2010?
We'll wait till 2010 to actually be competitive with them. This year, hopefully we'll get some over here and get some development time on them.
So you think by the end of the year you might race them?
We'll have to wait and see on how that works out.
He's good. That's why he's the brand manager and I'm not.